So I wanted to first wait a few minutes to see if someone pops on with me. I'm so this is Milan of Soul Natural Wellness, and the name of this video, I'm really excited about it because the name of this video I've been working on for a while, and I wanted to present it to you because something just came up for me, and I wanted to share that. So I wanted to share today my morning mindset ritual, which helps me to have healthy gratitude. So I want to ask you a question. I want you to really think about it for a moment because this happened to me before. Have you ever felt anxious with all the quiet? Have you ever felt that the day was moving so fast you didn't know what day of the week it was? And if only you could have sleep a little longer, feel a little bit better, everything would be perfect for you. Well, I felt that way once. I felt like the silence was too much for me. I felt that each day was moving so fast. Life was moving at a fast pace where I couldn't remember what day of the week it was. And the reason that I felt that way is because I was grieving. And I was in such a deep hole. I felt like I fell to the depths of the ocean. And nothing anyone said or nothing anyone did could pull me out of the ocean. I was literally drowning. I was drowning emotionally. I was drowning physically. I gained weight. I didn't feel confident in my skin anymore. I was wearing a lot of black clothes, and not that there's anything wrong with black. Black is chic. But I was wearing black to hide. I was wearing sunglasses to hide what was really going on underneath, what I was really feeling, my emotion. I was wearing sunglasses because I didn't want anybody to see how I was grieving, how I was feeling in this hole. And I felt this way when my grandmother passed away, and I didn't even realize how deep and strong that emotion was until this morning. I got a call at 7 a.m. from my aunt, my mother's sister, and she called me and she said, "Sister passed away." And it hit me once again because I wasn't able to touch her. I wasn't able to be there for her. COVID this year has just been a blur to a lot of us, a lot of people. The silence of losing someone you love and not being able to be with them, the silence of not being able to touch someone, to embrace someone, to not see someone smile. It's been overwhelming, and I wanted to talk about that today because I wanted to share with you what helped me when my grandmother passed away. What helped me to say, if I ever need to, I'm sorry if I start tearing, but if I ever need to go back and tap into that space, that I can do it. I just realized I had my earplugs on the table and they're not even in my ear. So I wanted to just say today that in this video I'm sharing my morning mindset ritual for healthy gratitude. And the reason that I'm sharing that is because once I felt like my days were just passing by quickly. I didn't remember what day of the week it was. There was a moment in time where once I felt the silence was just too much for me. I couldn't reflect. I couldn't think because it was just too much silence. And now here we are again. There's a lot of silence. We can't touch. We can't see a smile except on camera, social media, Zoom. There's no physical interaction. We can't embrace. And I felt some time ago that I had fallen to the depths of the ocean, and I felt that way because my grandmother passed away, and I watched this happen right in front of me. I saw There was nothing I could do to help her. And I didn't, and I thought that emotion had left. This has been some years ago. But you never forget that. You never forget when someone close to you is hurting. You can't forget that. And this morning I got a phone call from my aunt, my mother's sister. And she says, sister passed away. We can't touch her. We couldn't be there for her. And my heart just ached because once again, the emotions that I felt when my grandmother passed away, some of those emotions came back up again. And so if you've ever felt like you're drowning because of life transitions, because of what you're going through right now, people maybe that you've lost that you weren't able to express how you felt, their relationships, the relationships you've had that have changed and you never got an opportunity to say how you really felt about them. Well, if that's how you've ever felt like the days are just moving fast and you can't keep up with them and you don't know what day of the week it is. Most days you wake up thinking it's Friday when it's actually Wednesday. So if you've ever felt that way, I get it. I understand. I've been there. So I want to share with you what I did years ago to help me to move through life in a very positive way, to move through life in a very elegant way, to move through life and cope, even though on the inside I felt like I was drowning. So when I got the news today, it just flashed back to the night that my grandmother passed away because my aunt was there. We were all there. We were all together. I'm sorry if I get a little teary-eyed. I didn't realize that it was still affecting me to this day. So I'm going to share with you what I used. And one of the things that I found that really helped me in my morning mindset rituals was being allowing my creativity to flourish, allowing myself to release inner emotions, and I could do something no matter where I went. If I was sitting somewhere, maybe at a doctor's office, if I was taking a flight somewhere, I can always do this with me. So I'm going to show you what I have. I started color therapy. And actually I started one because I'm going to give one to a friend. But I started this one is what I really love because it's words of inspiration. It's a coloring book. I know it's something, kids color, but adults color too. And I found this is what helped me. So I just started this one. Let me know if you think this is really beautiful and if you think this is something that can help you. Just leave a comment below. So I started coloring. So I have this one, and this one I really love because I can, it has the pages are perforated, so I can just take them out and I can always, share them with other people when I finish coloring. So I like to send out cards to people. I haven't did it recently, but there is someone that I have in mind that I need to do this for. And I want to make one for her, find a really nice picture and color it in and give it to her. So this is one of them, and it has a lot of really good inspiration, like color moments, not things. This one is really pretty, and it says be the best version of you. So there's a lot that I haven't colored in yet. So this one is really pretty, and then I purchased another one because I wanted to go a little deeper, and this one is one of my favorites because I haven't dived into it, but this is one of my favorites because I'm going to show you this one picture. And you're going to love it when I do show it to you. So it's a woman who is I'm just thinking about all the colors that I can do inside of this book, but it's here. So this one is that. And this, I color this in one day. So I have a few more pages like this to do. So this is one of the things I did. I started realizing that if I can just shift my thinking to feeling more calm, and a lot of times early in the morning, you know, I've noticed a lot of people meditate, and I do that too. I pray, I read my Bible. I have other books that I love reading. Right now I'm reading French Women Don't Get Fat for like the 20th time, because that's a book that I frankly have my cooking course group reading with me. So in my cooking course, Chic Cooking Academy, I have them reading that book. But I do this. So those are one of the things I do, and it really helps to relieve a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety that you're feeling, because when there's a lot of silence, your emotions can just keep running, and they can condemn you, they can overwhelm you, they can make you feel more anxious. So I feel anything that would help to calm your mind, to give you a sense of ease, would allow you to build more peace. And it would also allow you not to focus so much on what's going on with you and how you're feeling on the inside, and focus and shift that thought to something else, to what you're doing. So that was one thing that I started doing. And I realized that the more I did it every day, sometimes I did it early in the morning, sometimes I just did it whenever I felt the need to do it. Or if I just sat for a moment and thought about somebody else and how I can help them, how I can help them to feel better. Because sometimes when you are going through things yourself, the best thing to do is to allow the focus on somebody else. Because at that moment, there's this interchange of encouragement, and you start to forget temporarily, momentary, that you're not alone. You forget that I'm not alone. There are other people that are suffering. Maybe they don't have my suffering. Maybe they're not going through what I'm going through, but they're going through something. So we have to connect. We have to connect. We have to find moments of solitude that will give us what we need, especially during this time. And we're not out of the woods yet. If we were, we would be back to normal. Everyone would be traveling. Everyone would be going on their merry way. We're still here. This is 1 year later. We are still here. And it's really hard on a lot of people. So that's one thing that I do. And it's really been a shift in my life. And it also allowed me to bring more color into my life, to wear more brighter colors. And I got out of wearing all of the black. Once I stopped grieving, and it took me a long time. It wasn't an overnight, and now I'm feeling better. I was grieving for a long time. And it was 1 year. I was going into the second year. I wasn't smiling. I wasn't happy. And I just said, no more. Stop. You have to pull yourself out of this. You have to pull yourself out. Because I saw myself going through this sort of emotional rabbit hole. And it just continued on, and it continued. And I had to stop, because I saw myself sinking into depression. And there's this fine line between anxiety, overwhelm, sadness, grief, to finally depression. So I had to find a way to keep myself grounded before I went into depression. So that is one of the things that I did. So that was a shift for me, to do something to shift my thinking that would also allow me to shift what was going on in my heart. So if you write, that's perfect. The second thing I want to tell you about and share with you is the second mindset ritual that I do that has helped me even to this day, is something I just got in the mail today. And one of them I've opened already and I'm even wearing it, but this one I just got in the mail and I want to show you because I haven't seen it. So I'm kind of excited to see what I got today. And it's, oh my goodness, this is so hard to open. Packages. I should have brought my scissors. I should have brought my scissors in here. Let me put my glasses on because, you know, I'm nearsighted and somebody's typing for me and I can't see it. Oh, okay. So here's the second thing that I got. And this is from Nature's Fusion. Oh my goodness. Okay. If you buy this, if you get this product, this is Nature's Fusion. So you'll notice it's very tamper-proof. So I purchased this. This was my, oh, I love this. Oh, this is March what is this? Let me see. Oh, I love rosemary. So this is a bottle of rosemary essential oil. And so when my grandmother passed away, one of the things I started to do is, so one was the color therapy. That was the first one. And then the second one was essential oils. I started investing in essential oils. And my husband, he knew when I would start to feel anxiety and anxious because I would always put it on my wrist. And or there were, at first I would feel myself shaking. I could feel the anxiety coming through me. And I would put some on my wrist or behind my ears, on my neck, so I can get that sense of calm once again. So this, I just got this in the mail. This is Nature's Fusion. Here, I'll let you see it. You may see this on my page sometimes, but this is Nature's Fusion, and this is rosemary. And I haven't smelled it since I just got it. It smells really good. I like it. So this is the second thing that I do. And one of the things that I noticed that it does is really help to brighten up my mood. So I'm going to share with you the third item that helped my morning mindset ritual. So the third item that helped my morning mindset ritual, and it helped me to shift my thinking, was I started to journal. So I started to journal because, but there are some people who journal and the words just flow and they just write such beautiful words, but that's not me. So this particular journal is by a free period press. I picked it up from this boutique, and it gives you prompts every day of different things to do. So one of them is watch some animal videos, which of course always cheers you up. Buy and read a new magazine. So once I would cease a prompt, if I wanted to do it, I would do it. And I would just write down what did I do for myself that day? Because we spend our time giving, and sometimes we forget to give back to ourselves. And whenever we're showing hospitality to someone, whether it be dining at home, you serve somebody else a plate, but it's always good to serve yourself first and make sure that you're serving yourself well. So I started a self-care journal practice as soon as I felt that I needed to, and I still do it to this day. I just journal before I go to bed. So this is also good practice. So this is what I started to do to shift my thoughts from being an overwhelm and anxiety to filling up gratitude. And even with the gratitude journal, I still do the gratitude journal along with the self-care journal, because I just feel like we don't take care of ourselves enough. We don't give ourselves exactly what we need to thrive. So what I do with my gratitude journal is I think about every small thing that someone said to me that day. There was a compliment that uplifted me. Then I think about, was there an act of gratitude? Was there an act of kindness someone displayed towards me? Was it an act of kindness that I didn't acknowledge, or that I did acknowledge with just, oh, thank you? What was the act of kindness that someone gave towards me? And then I think about throughout the week, what are the blessings that I've received? What is something that I've been thinking about, and I just forgot to give gratitude for it? I forgot to be thankful. So I write that down. So this is Monday through Sunday. And then throughout the month, I write down like something that maybe I've been praying for or thinking about really deeply, or not even prayed about it and just thought about it in my heart. And I will write that down. So at the end of the year, I'll come back, and I've been doing this for years. So I have about maybe 6 years. So I've been doing this for years. And at the end of the year, I go back and I look at those big, huge blessings that I received. I look at the small ones and I'm thankful. Then I look at the big ones and I'm really grateful, and I write them down. So I have this list that I've compiled over the last couple of years, and I keep them, and I just keep adding to it or staple them together. So that reminds me to always be grateful. It reminds me to be more mindful, Because we can go about our life being so overwhelmed with what's going on in the world, what's going on in our life, why things aren't working out the way we want them to, why we can't seem to get weight off when we want to, why my food doesn't look like that food on, on Pinterest. I mean, we can just there's so many things that can overwhelm us. People, losing people, our loved ones. There's so many things that can just get to us. And then when they do, we go down this rabbit hole of feeling overwhelmed and anxious. So if that's been you, I want you to reach out to me. I'm here for you. I want to support you, and I'll always be here for you. So if you have any thoughts about this video, or if you'd like to leave me a comment, if there's anything that resonated with you, or anything that was your aha moment or your shift in what I just said, and something new that you can do that maybe you've never thought about before, leave me a comment. Let me know below this video, and let me know, what you're thinking, and I would love to support you. And if I can't do it by us getting on a Zoom call together so I can support you, then I would love to support you through replying to one of your comments below. So I look forward to speaking with you soon. Until our next time together, as always, stay beautiful and healthy.